Wait, Straw Hat. He'll slap you if you get near. You idiot, Haruden! You idiot! Of course, we know what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna happen. Luffy's not gonna get sapped for shit. It's Luffy. He's rubber. What is going on? My name is Flip, and man, oh man, I am once again beneath the rays of the sun god, and I feel great. And man, last time, chapter 1142, we got, the nightmares came into a reality. They became, true. They happened. Big Mom was there, Zeus was there, Jormungandr was there, everyone was there. All the Fenrir was there. Also Loki has Mjolnir called Ragnir. It's this hammer, it summons lightning, and it hit the tree. I don't know. A lot of stuff happened last chapter. It was a good chapter. It was a good setup chapter. I'm just hoping, that this chapter, we get to see a lot of that actually become, relevant stuff. Stuff that, I want to see that the giant Nika, Nika, there was this giant Nika that's one of the nightmares. That's the God of Destruction version. I have my God of Destruction t-shirt right here. And also the idea that Gunko is afraid of Nika. Okay, so whatever the case, that one was pretty interesting. Let's head right into, without no more further ado, let's head right into chapter 1143, titled Gods Knights. Okay, and we get this really really good One Piece cover art. Of them like going on this flying fish, and it's Luffy riding the flying fish, going in first place, um, with Chopper and Zoro in one, and then Nami in the other. And behind them, there is respectively Sanji lusting after Nami. There's Usopp, and then there's Brook and Robin in another one. Oh, but Usopp is riding Frankie instead of like one of the fishes. That's very interesting. Anyways, I don't see Jinbei anywhere, but maybe he's in the water. I don't know. Let's head right into the chapter, okay? Okay. So titled Gods Knights. A sneaky move by the Gods Knights. What's happening to the kids? Right, because they were kidnapping the kids. Yo, wait, stop. Okay, so we get to see the Zeus in the background, the ghost in the town, terrorizing the town. Okay, Ilva, Magu, Ronja, they really are sleepwalking, huh? And you get to see the arrow going along with the kids. What's with this white cloth? Where are you kids going? Also, he can see the arrows. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Careful, Saul. That teacher warned us not to touch them. The one that was covered in blood? I know, but it doesn't look like there's anything nearby. And we can't let them keep walking like this. It's dangerous. So Saul is about to reach his hand towards the kids. I feel like he's about to lose that hand. The kids sleepwalking are gonna cut it off. Oh, let's just get him back to the school. And so he's about to touch the kids, and when he does, he gets pierced by invisible thorns that are around Yilva and the other kids. So Saul goes, ah, yeah, it hurts. What the Saul? What happened? Did somebody stab you? I'm calling from the Walrus School. All our students just suddenly fell into a deep sleep. All of them? Okay. And none of them are walking away, but they're still unconscious. Okay, so I thought first, I thought maybe the ability of killing them was to like not specifically. I felt like maybe Saint Summer's power is to put people to sleep, because I didn't think killing them could do that. Because if it can do that, that's way too similar to Uta's power, which is it would be completely broken. It would be like a very better version of Uta's. To a degree, no, because Uta can actively control them while they're sleeping and change reality, but reality inside the dream and then out into the real world. This one's different. Um, Western Village. We have no idea what's causing this. The school children. My kid is there. That's not all. Mysterious beasts have emerged from the forest. Okay, I'm still thinking about the ability to put them to sleep. Maybe they use the mist from outside of Elbaf that put people asleep. Because I feel like that one's very interesting to just forget and leave out there. Like that's the first thing we were introduced to in Elbaf. So that feels like it feels weird to just leave it be. Anyways, monsters. Are those tykes gonna be okay? Uh that's not all mysterious beasts have emerged from the forest. Yeah, yeah. Also a new type of uh Dendenmushi. It says Telediction snail, only used within Elbaf. So it's a Elbaf exclusive uh Dendenmushi. The kids were heading towards the 8th branch. Okay, but what's this Dendenmushi for specifically? Telediction. Where's Telediction? Whatever. Okay, I can just leave that to the bigger YouTubers. Okay. All this on the top of all this on top of a fire. Are they gonna be okay? Yeah, because Loki, made the tree go up in flames. Completely unrelated. What's going on over there? So Nami, Brook without a head. Oh no, his head is on his crotch. And Jinbei. Okay, I thought the head was separated from the body, and the body was out there in the background. But no, he just replaced his penis for his head. His penis head. Okay. The 8th branch, and it's caught up in flames. So they mean back there, right? Is everything okay? Arg, this is awful. My great great granddaughter Ilva goes there. So that's drunk Jarul. Jorul, I think it's the name. Great 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 grandchild. You're all way too drunk. So Nami's yelling at all of them. You can't lose your wits at a time like this. And that's Brook also talking with his crotch head and him being all drunk as well. Woo! And so a ship flies by. Probably, I don't know who's there. Luffy? Whoa, that was quick. A fire Svirdard has been dispatched. Go, fire brigade. Oh, okay, so that woo was woo. Okay, so it's like a firefighter thing. Go fire brigade. We're counting on you. Okay. So the fire brigade is arriving. Huh? What is this? Oh, and so a fire skull guy. That I think that was the Bragur. I think that was the name in the last chapter. It was like a skull thing, and it was called the Bragur or something. I didn't know it would cause the fire. I thought this was Loki's thing. Oh no, because this one's on the 8th branch. The other one was in the base. Okay, so there are 2 fires. What? And so the Bragur goes, brr. Okay, fire brigade goes down. What? So Dari and Jarul and Kashi were so Oimo, Jorul, and Brogy are missing. Oh, and so we cut to Saint Summers, and he goes, "Gee!" Did you see that? That look on the giant's face when the thorns got him talking about the princess. Oh, princess. Talk about priceless. Okay, talking about princess. What was that expression again? Love is both roses and thorns, right? Okay, so the roses and the thorns thing seems to be his doing. I'm guessing. Beats me, and so we get to see the dragon in the distance. You're such a stick in the mud, Gunko. Oh, and so they're having like a little tea party. The more you love, you have. The more love you have, the deeper passion's thorns take hold. Okay? It will be even better when their folks show up, right? I love this game. If they try to hug their kids, the thorns will rip them to pieces. The brats won't even want to look at them after that. They'll be bawling themselves when they realize that their folks died right in front of them. Even murder can be moving. And so we see Saint Summers, and he's eating, and he has these thorns around his arms uh like he's Joseph Joestar. Saint Summers, thorn thrown fruit, a briar man. Okay, so this is like he's from the Briar Patch. This is like I almost said Space Mountain, Splash Mountain. Like Briar Fox and Briar Rabbit and Briar Bear. It will be Death by Love. That's something to look forward to, am I right? Come on, you're too stoic. It's pathetic. Also, he's talking, he's trying to make jokes to Gunko, and Gunko's just not having any of it. Gunko, what route are you using? The central path. There are other thick branches. So this was Killingham talking to Gunko. And so Gunko shares, she's eating with the bandages on her mouth. I don't know how she's eating, but she's eating. Walrus School, into Owl Library, through the Western Village, into the harbor. But making them go that way will get them to the ocean clouds I saw by the village. To be the center is to be vulnerable. That's a harsh reality to face, especially when you're too helpless to move. So that's Saint Summers talking. Summers, this needs salt. Salt? So they're still talking about the food. What's going on with this chapter thing? Saint Killingham. Oh! So Summers has been put to sleep, and then like a cloud emerges from Saint Summers, which to me looks to be like his dreams, and Killingham just goes into the cloud and like goes to pull something out. Saint Killingham, mythical dragon fruit, model Killin, a dream materializing man. Okay, so this is whoa. Okay, what the hell is a Killin? It's very interesting. So this is a sown fruit with a paramecia ability. Asbak, rock, salt, ever the connoisseur. You can wake up now. So okay, whoa, wait a second. Okay, so he was thinking about salt. He mentioned the salt to him, put him to sleep. It seems to me, because there's like some waves when he went to sleep. Puts him to sleep, reaches in, pulls out the salt. And I doubt that's like his nightmare, right? Like, there's no way he's afraid of salt. That's the ability you use to pull those dream demons out of the brats' heads, right? Demons. The Japanese used MMA, pronounced Muma. This could be a reference to both a Pokemon and monster in Ampaman. Okay, whatever. Of course, I can use it multiple times simultaneously. And so we see Nika, the god of destruction Nika, with the mouth and everything in the background. We see them all marching together, pretty much. Of course, I can use it multiple times simultaneously. This salt is perfect. I agree. That ship docked at the village is meant for giants. But, and Gunko now, Gunko just lights up because the salt is just that perfect. And she goes, it's delicious. We should be able to make our own rainbows with a painter. What a peculiar culture. So when we've done that, we just return to the Holy Land and... What, that's it? This game was way too easy, so Saint Summers wants some action. And he's gonna get some action, okay? Because Luffy ain't letting them get away with it. I'm stuffed. Hey, is this 0 calories? So Gunko is worrying about calories. I mean, she's a woman. Of course she was gonna worry about calories. Even though she is emu and can do whatever she wants. Well, it's a dream meal. So of course it's calorie free. Okay, so in a world, in a dream world, in a perfect world, meals, my dream meal would have 0 calories. Not my, I don't care about calories, but you understand. Okay. Summers, don't let your guard down. Trouble is brewing. I saw a certain pirate ship anchored at the village. Emperor Straw Hat Luffy is on Elbaf. Okay. So that was Gunko talking. Huh? Hey, aren't the kids heading for the fire? Oh. It spread faster than I expected, but no matter what. But no matter. If they die, they'll just have the next branch march over. The next batch match over. Okay, so they didn't control the other kids just in case these kids happen to die. It doesn't matter because they can just take another bunch of kids and put them over to another branch. Oh, no, through the same path? Okay. Dude, these guys are actual monsters. Like, it's... Holy shit. Okay, so we cut to Loki. Loki, you no good. Go ahead and try something, Hydodin. Don't! There is no way you can stop me. None of you can even lift Ragnir. Bruh. Bruh! I already know it's Usopp. This is Usopp's. This is Usopp's moment. Not here right now, but the fact that he's saying that specifically means someone in the crew or any of them, someone is going to get to lift Ragnir specifically, which means he's losing it. The fact that he's saying this now means he's losing it. I don't care. We can't let you turn anyone else into the Sun Realm, into a victim. Oh, there will be victims, alright. The flames are already spreading. Now choose. Surrender your weapons and let me go. Or, I mean, Luffy's here, right? Yeah, you can see, because we're seeing it from a bird's eye perspective of the giants, and then there's little specks of dust, which are clearly Sanji, Sora, and Luffy. I mean, you picked the wrong trio, guy. You picked the very wrong trio for this. Hey, what's the deal with this monstrous giant? So that's Sanji asking Luffy, and Luffy goes, he's injured. If we don't help, he's still thinking of helping him? Okay. And Loki goes, will you let everyone die? I'll slaughter every last weakling in the Sun Realm. If you don't answer, and Hydodin goes, wait, we get it. So Loki grins. Okay, so Sora goes, don't fall for it, Hydodin. Verona Sora? And Luffy goes, I guess there's no choice. I promised if you did anything, I would drop you. Luffy about to drop Loki, and Ragnir's gonna stay there, and then Usopp's gonna go take Ragnir, and Usopp hammer! That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Wait, Straw Hat. He'll sap you if you get near. You idiot, Harryden! You idiot! Of course, we know what's gonna happen. Luffy's not gonna get sapped for shit. It's Luffy. He's rubber. I see. So that's your answer. There is no turning back from a crime like this. Just stop, Loki. Think of the children. The children are leaving. They're about to head into a fire. What are you saying? And so Sora goes, Luffy, are you gonna let him get off easy? His wounds are about to open up again anyways. And Luffy goes, gum gum. And Loki goes, damn, I guess I lose this round. Okay, so he knows. Arm balloon. He's not even using haki. What the hell is this? Arm balloon. What? Boom. And he just knocks down Loki without so much as haki? I mean, come on, man. I mean, I get he's injured, but like, really? It was that easy? He was already at death's door. Just standing was taking all the strength he could muster. Okay, that makes sense. It was a nice try. He probably planned on finding somewhere to pass out safely after he escaped. I doubt he'd have made it, given the blood loss. What? Wait a second, are you telling me he's dead? No, it's up to you whether you want to treat him or let him croak. Okay, so he's not dead. I have unfinished business with him. But he was covered in blood, so that there's Luffy talking. And Roto goes, it certainly looks like someone's tried to kill him. And that's a separate issue for his prior crimes. It's just a hunch, but could it be? Oh, Roto knows. Roto knows who did this. Okay. And so Luffy goes, Hydodin, I have a request. Please save his life. I don't care what kind of person he is. I can't just watch him die. I think this is the most, like, Because Luffy is a selfish guy. I don't know if he's doing this out of like, because he thinks that it's the right thing to do, or because he still has some unfinished business with them, as he said. Okay, how long for a full recovery? Several months at least. Okay, whoa. So he's out for the arc. He's out, out. Like this is it. Loki. It's set. Loki is not the final villain of this arc. He is out. He is gone. If we're serious about treating these wounds, he shouldn't be sleeping in a place like this. And so Ragnir is just there, waiting to be picked up by Usopp. They won't be so forgiven at the village. It'd be a one-way ticket to execution. I don't mind staying here. Their hatred really runs deep, but I guess we are talking about unforgivable garbage. Whoa, those horns are the real deal. Oh, so they take off the helmet that he has, and it turns out that the horns are actually a part of him, not part of the helmet as I thought before. It's the mark of the ancient giants. Our father Harold was the same. Interesting. You are both my precious sons. I want you to get along when I'm gone, and do what you can to support Elbaf. So little Hydaden and little Loki, who is clearly taller than him. How can I call such a weak runt my big brother? Oh, of course, Loki is the little brother. Little brother. And so he punched him as a kid. You are just a bastard. You'll never be Dad's true heir. So he was indeed like very, whoa, okay. Hydaden. Everyone knows your mom's got dirty blood. Holy, what the fuck? And so we cut back to the present, and Hydaden is over the body of his brother with an axe. Dude, this is Thor and Loki, pretty much. Whoa, hold it. Also, they know. Oh, he was about to strike him down, and they're trying to calm down Hydaden. Yeah, they're trying to calm him down. Okay, there's no way I can ever forgive him. He insulted my mother and killed our father. Do it already. This weeping warrior thing has gotten old. And this is Loki talking to him, asking him to kill him. Okay? You are so drunk on all this personal drama, you can't even see the forest for the trees. Don't tell me you're really like the rest, thinking I actually killed our father in cold blood. But you don't really buy it, do you? And Hydaden and Loki, we got these faces. What is Loki saying? Chapter 1143, end. Okay. There are a couple things. This chapter to me raised more questions than answers. For one, if Loki didn't kill Harold, what happened? Right? Is Harold even really dead? Because Oda likes doing that. We saw that with Kosaburo, I think was his name. The Kosuke Momo's father. I forget his name. He turned out to be the Kabuki guy throughout the entire arc, and it was revealed at the end of the arc that he was alive all this time. Harold doesn't have the horns anymore, so he could be hiding as anyone. So that's one question. The other question is if Saint Summer's ability isn't to put people to sleep, no, but we can see killing him do the thing. So killing him can actually put people to sleep, and he can pull out anything, not specifically nightmares. How he chooses what, and also how did he do that on the children remotely, like from far away? If he can just do that from anywhere remotely, that should mean, right? That's very interesting. Because that means, to me, for the longest time, Uta's ability was the most powerful and OP devil fruit to date. And people can say it's not canon, but she is canon, which means her fruit is canon, and she's out there in the world, so that fruit exists. That fruit was to me the most OP, and I think this one is more OP, but in the sense that it can just create anything and put anyone to sleep. Had you put killing him in Marineford, I don't think he would do as much damage as Uta would, but I think his power is better. Because Uta could have arrived in Marineford and taken over like Whitebeard and everyone and just take control over everyone, and she doesn't even have to use her own power or anything. Regardless, that's one thing. But the other question is, Loki specifically mentioned that none of them could even lift Ragnir. Of course, Ragnir is based on Mjolnir, so it's very understood to me that it's about worthiness and not about strength. So it makes sense that none of the giants can lift it. Not Luffy can lift it, but Loki specifically has very, very bad qualities. So I wonder what qualities don't they have that would make them not worthy, right? Because the only one that I remember that I made a video where I called Loki very cowardly. Like, I specifically mentioned he was a big coward, and I didn't like him because of it. I've now grown to like him, but I still feel like he is a deep coward. And maybe cowardice is what's necessary, which would be very, very interesting as to why later on Usopp could lift it, but not him. And also Loki, but not them, is what I mean. It would be a really, really good way to actually give them this power up and bring back Usopp Hammer. Usopp Hammer is one of the, like, aside from the actual slingshot, it is the second most oldest technique that he has. He first used it in his fight in Arlong Park, where he just, smacked the kissing guy with a hammer and just did Usopp Hammer, Usopp Hammer, Usopp Hammer, and he claimed it to be a technique. But later on in the fight with Verona, he pretended to have a 10,000-ton hammer and whatever. And the same in Alabasta against his fight with Miss Merry Christmas. This has happened various times. And the only way that he can actually lift a hammer that's like 200 tons is if it's through worthiness, like Mjolnir, right? Which would be probably Ragnir. So it's interesting that Oda chose not to reveal how Ragnir can be lifted. I hope that we can see that next week. I'm told that there's no break, so we will get the answers next week, hopefully. But yeah, unless we just get them like when Usopp arrives at the place. But we know Loki is essentially down for the count in terms of actual battle. Maybe, like a good maybe. It said a couple months to recover. So like, I doubt, unless like Ivankov arrives, I don't see him getting up. So Ragnir is the only person on the island currently of note that can lift Ragnir. Is Loki. That Ragnir is staying there until Usopp gets to that place. It's just how it's gonna be. I know it, and I also wonder if the hammer can change size depending on who lifts it, because there's no way Usopp's just gonna be carrying that around like that for the rest of the series. There's no way. And that timer is like the size of the Sunny. So, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I don't have really any more thoughts. I really, really like this chapter. I hope that next chapter delivers on that Ragnir things, because I want to know how it works. And anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.